So basically myself and Dom started working together on a different project a number of years ago, and we began thinking that there might be some kind of way of bringing together lots of different influences and ideas that we had at the time.
Tommy approached me, who I'd known through music stuff in Leeds. He wanted to start up a project that was kind of like a live band version of stuff that I was doing in the studio.
We literally handpicked musicians from Leeds because between us we kind of knew a lot of the Leeds scene.
Tommy, he just called me up one day, and we'd only really met a couple of times. He'd never seen me play, I'd never seen him play. And he was putting together this live act with live production, with Ruxpin doing live production. And so he said, hey, do you want to just come along, we're having a jam?
Our first jam was actually in my living room in Leeds. There was me and Tommy, and Dom was doing some effects, and we had a guy called Bill Lawrence who was playing keys. He came to have a jam with us. Later, had to leave, and that's where the famous Taz Modi joined us.
So I knew I'd played with Fatty for like a really long time. I knew Tommy as well. I didn't know Dom, but yeah, it's just this sort of said, do you fancy coming down and having a bit of a play? Which we did, and then Ruby came on board, and we got Danny and a few other people, and it all sort of went from there.
I went to a jazz gig and Tommy was playing on drums, and I didn't know who he was at this point. And yeah, I went up to him at the end and just went, oh, dude, that was really good. And he was like, thanks, Ruby. So I was a bit like taken aback. I didn't expect him to know who I was. And then I got home, and it was either that night or the morning after, and I got a Facebook message saying, hi, would you like to join this dubstep band I'm setting up?
Well, I joined a bit late. Originally there was another trumpet player called Matt Roberts, and lucky for me, he moved down to London. And I got a call from Tommy, and he asked me to join the band, and it was quite early on. It was when we were still sort of jamming every Monday night at Hookers.
We had this regular thing every Monday night in this bar in Leeds called Hookers, and the owner, he would pay us in as much beer as we wanted and curry.
We'd go down there every Monday night and we'd jam. It was all improvised, so we did that for maybe 6 months of just going down every Monday. We'd take a whole load of gear and weird instruments, and we'd just take anything down. And that kind of formed the Submotion sound, I think, and that was the point where we began to kind of take a more solid kind of shape.
When the band first started, it was all uncharted territory. Like we were just like flying blind. You know, we kind of knew what we liked, we knew what we wanted to be doing, but kind of getting there was the weird thing.
I think that was one of the nice things about the project. Everyone kind of came from slightly different backgrounds, so that when they came together and started doing that, it didn't sound like kind of by the numbers electronic music. It was always a little different.
All of us have like quite a varied palette to draw from for like certain sounds, compositional ideas, you know, the different parts of making tunes.
You know, everyone gets a fair shout, so I think that comes across in the music.
Lose life after that.
Lose life after and put Rust in. That would be my vote.
It's always good to play and just play to people who are enjoying the music and stuff, and it's always just interesting rocking up to a different place, different sound systems, and yeah, seeing how it goes down really.
There was one line in a review at some point that said, "You go to see Submotion play to experience them, not to hear them." I think that's spot on, really.
Every release that we've had has been a progression of sound, you know, and a progression of ideas.
Everything in the past, where they were all stepping stones along the way to get to this album. Like we experimented with many different things to finally get to this point.
I think we're getting better at working out what works well on records, so I think it's, you know, possibly more accomplished in that sense.
Where we've come from is playing in pubs and clubs to 10 people, 15 people, getting paid 20 quid a night, or getting paid as we did for 6 months in food. This is amazing to us. This is just like, none of us can quite believe like we're selling at 2,000 capacity venue. I mean, this is not what we're used to at all. We're very humbled by you know, tonight. It's incredible.
Thank you so much. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you.